Once upon a time in America, there was this man named Smedley Butler. He was a major general who had served all the commissioned ranks in the U.S. Marine Corps. When he retired, he said this: "I spent 33 years in active military service and most of my time as a high-class muscle man for big business, for Wall Street, and for the bankers. I was a racketeer, a gangster for capitalism. I helped make Mexico safe for American oil interests. I helped make Haiti and Cuba a decent place for the National City Bank boys. And in China, I helped see to it that Standard Oil went on its way unmolested. I suspected that I was just part of the racket all the time. Now, I'm sure of it." Wow. As the U.S. has been actively painting China as a global threat, studies show that it's Washington who has been at war for 227 out of its 245-year history. That's more than 92% of the time. Now, many observers say that with America's military-congressional-industrial complex, peace will never be given a chance. This may sound paradoxical, but the United States, born in the ashes of wars and battles, has been one of the most belligerent countries in the world. After its independence on July 4, 1776, in over 240 years, the time for the U.S. not being at war is less than 20 years. Just take the 20th century, for example. Washington engaged in Spanish-American War, the two World Wars, the Korean War, the war against Central American states, the Vietnam War, the Gulf War, etc., etc. On September 11, 2001, the U.S. has come under attack for the first time on its home soil after the Cold War, as coordinated terrorist attacks brought down New York's Twin Towers, leaving a trail of destruction. Nearly 3,000 dead.
On my orders, the United States military has begun strikes against Al-Qaeda terrorist training camps and military installations of the Taliban regime in Afghanistan.
Another 20-year U.S. intervention and so-called war on terror in the Middle East kicked off, pulling dozens of countries and millions of civilians into the mire of conflict.
First of all, that the Bush administration was initially culpable because there were many warnings that the attack was coming. And they quite simply, the documentation is very clear. They ignored the warnings. They were in a state of great incompetence and complacency, and thousands of innocent people died as a result.
From the Soviet Union to Syria, from the Middle East to the Asia Pacific, the U.S. has been on a roll with trillions of dollars spent and millions of lives upended. What is fueling U.S. military interventions? Who, indeed, is driving the U.S. war machine?